Today, I will be giving you an basic introduction related to the generative AI. So, what is this generative AI and what are the core concepts and how it got and evolved into a generative AI and like what is an outcome that we will be looking like if we learn the generative AI and what are the packages that we will be getting in terms of in an Indian market mainly, like focusing in terms of an Indian market, like what are the job opportunities that you will be getting once you have an idea related to the generative AI things. So yeah, so this is my introduction. Like I'm Dhanush. I have 6+ years of an IT experience and 3+ years in an enterprise level training. I've run the corporate training as well. So all of the 6+ years is most in terms of an data science, machine learning, and all the things has been built on in Python and having good experience towards and building an end-to-end applications. And mainly I have an industry experience in terms of in media, finance, and corporate legal service and the manufacturing segment and along with the healthcare segment. So currently I'm looking in terms of in media, whereas I have an good exposures towards the healthcare and finance related domains as well, where I built a couple of models related to the risk modeling uh, and even made some algorithms related to the uh, narcotics detection in an healthcare segment. And as now as the AI is booming up, even currently building some few of the chatbots and an intensive optimization models for the media mainly people to reduce the cost and mainly focusing in terms of and achieving and good results. So that's bit brief introduction about me. So yeah, let's get started with understanding what is a generative AI model. So as you see, generative AI is a revolution where it mainly it focused in terms of an creation of a digital content. When you heard about a generative AI, so అక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే you will be understanding in terms of what exactly it's nothing but it is generating something out of for us, like maybe in form of an text కావచ్చు లేదా in form of an images కావచ్చు లేదా videos కావచ్చు. It is a model that helps to that helps with an integration with an human creativity key, as well as this generative models uh, who is having a capabilities of generating the contents for us. When both of these shake and hands, then you will be seeing any good results. That's what nowadays whatever the videos that you are saying, whatever the content that you are saying, most of them are using a generative AI for us. So ఇది ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుందంటే by basically understanding a large complex data sets. It will look in terms of an variety of data sets. So ఈ data sets అన్ని generally you will be having something like a pre-trained models ఉంటాయి. సో ఈ ప్రీ ట్రైన్ మోడల్స్ ఏం చేస్తుంటాయంటే సంథింగ్ లైక్ ఏ జీపీటీ తీసుకోండి, ఇట్ విల్ బి లర్న్ ఆన్ ఇన్ మల్టిపల్ డేటా సెట్స్. అండ్ ఆ మల్టిపల్ డేటా సెట్స్ని రన్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇట్ విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ అన్ ఇమేజెస్, వీడియోస్ ఆర్ టెక్స్ట్ ఆర్ ఎల్స్ సమ్ సిగ్నల్స్, ఎనీథింగ్. సో లర్న్ చేసిన తర్వాత దే మైట్ have kept in some of the servers, and once you get an access to the servers, as soon as you give some prompt, so it follows some of the encoding and decoding techniques, and it will try to generate few of the content related to the prompt that you are giving, whatever the query that you are asking. So that's nothing but it is trying to generate based on the query that you are giving. And for this query only, you can give a multiple things ఎలా behave cheyali, what is and conditions that you have, what is the limitations, what is the boundaries. Ivanni you can define the things in the generative AI by the prompt engineering, mainly by using a system prompts. That's bit technical. Can you you have the prompt engineering that helps to give you all the defined boundaries that is required for you, and based on that you will be getting few of the contents. So that is what it's going to happen in a generative AI mainly. in terms of using an LLMs that we have in our model, that we have in our world, like something like a Gemini కావచ్చు లేదా open AI కావచ్చు, like something like a GPT-4 or else GPT-5 is the latest one, and Gemini like 2.5 Lite or Pro, like flashlight, like there are many multiple models in a market. So each scenario key, like you can take up that module, like you can provide your API key and you can give you a prompt and try to generate an images out of it, or try to generate an text out of it or summary out of it. Along the same way, along with the same way, even that is not working well and content, like you can fine tune your data, you can fine tune on your custom data, like అదే model ని తీసుకోండి, like we will train on our custom data, and we will try to see what is the results that you are getting, because like he pre-trained to, like you will be having a multiple data sources, like it will be trained on a news data. So sometimes it will lack, you will be facing some issues related to the accuracy. So then like you will be having something called as a fine-tuned model as well, that you can keep it in a local or else a server and then use it. And that's one thing. And how it works, like mainly is this models operates on an deep learning principles. So all these models, like the generative models, is been originated from the deep learning. So generally, like we will be having first, like when you go back for last 5 years, you might have heard about an AI more than like last 10 years. Like last 10 years, kind of last 5 years, like you might have heard about the AI more, mainly because of this. Usage of the Python, and as the Python has been used, like they are giving you a good amount of I can say it is having a good amount of libraries for the data science work, mainly in terms of data analysis work, like something like in pandas కావచ్చు లేదా numpy కావచ్చు, like these are the first things that we will be learning, and then it jumped into a machine learning, like a machine learning ఇంకా like even in a machine learning also you have an sklearn library from the Python that helps to like solve all the machine learning problems, and down the line like you got the deep learning to overcome the challenges, like ఏదైనా like machine learning నీకు satisfy అవుతా లేదంటే like then you went for the deep learning. But after the deep learning, like the things get mainly in terms of an encoder and a decoder architecture. So basically like మీరు ఏదే ఒక టెక్స్ట్ ఇచ్చినాను, like the machine learning and the machine will be understanding about the numericals, not about the text కదా, like it cannot directly understand the text. So that's the reason this encoding and decoding models came, and that's the way like it got evolved into an different architecture like transformers, and then we got into this generative AI. And once the chat GPT has been launched, then it turned over the competition between an GPT and then Google and many more. So yes, so that's in terms of just giving you understanding of the what the generative AI and how it got originated, and what are the different types of an models that we are having. And now we will see what are the applications that we can build from the generative AI. So generative AI, Nika, as I said, is nothing but is generating some information for us. Maybe it can be in a form of an text or else in form of an image, as I said. Uh, so now, like the main thing is like the content creation. So this has been widely used in creating something like an story creation culture. Like even like those who guys are already using an AI, like those who are already using the Instagram or something like that, you will be having an option to generate an AI image there. So like in a backend, they are using the same LLM's concept for generating that image. So alage, like even you have something like an even there is one app that is helps to like generate a music based on your taste. And same way like converting image to videos, like mainly in terms of in Google Low, like latestly we got Vivo 3, where if you give an image and if you give a prompt, it will try to convert into an video. So that is like a diffuser generative models, like stunning visuals, like you will be able to get the stunning visuals actually. So along with that, even in an some of the business scenarios or else in some of the gaming industry, they are able to like generate the virtual environment mainly. Mainly how I can say is like, let's assume like you are working in one of the laboratory work, can you like you don't know whether that research will work or not. So for that purpose, like you can use the generative AI and make something like an virtual actions or a virtual behaviors of how your drug need to stimulate, like stimulation process కోసం like you can use this generative AI as well, mainly like maybe in games or else maybe in real time research work that you will be doing, or else mainly in terms of understanding what would be the next move mainly. For that things also, like you can use the generative AI as it is having in multiple informations, it scatters the multiple informations and get you in a single step for you. సో అక్కడ కూడా లైక్ యూ కెన్ యూస్ దిస్ జనరేటివ్ ఏ అండ్ ఎర్త్ కేర్లో కూడా లైక్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ లైక్ ఎనీ డ్రగ్ డిస్కవరీ లేదంటే ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఆప్టిమైజేషన్ కోసం లైక్ యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు యూస్ దిస్ ఇన్ అన్ healthcare domain as well, or else like even you can have your even in an IoT also you can do it, mainly like when you are looking in terms of any sensors ఉంటుంది కదా, ఆ సెన్సస్ డేటా జనరేట్ చేస్తుండేది లైక్ లెట్స్ అజ్యూమ్ యూ నీడ్ టు ట్రిగర్ one of the sensor, or else you need to trigger some of the email agent based on the sensor value that you will be getting from your any of the electronic device. So for that also you can use the generative AI to like just understand deeper understanding of how the sensor is behaving and whether the sensor data that you are getting is accurate or not, and based on the decision you can send email. So there are many more things, mainly like in your real time scenario as well, you will be using it for mail. ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా మెయిల్ రాయాలంటే like you will be able to use the generative AI, like mainly Grammarly ఉంది. Grammarly.ai is also something like that helps to correct your mailings, or else like you have Sora too that helps us to like convert it and text into an video. So there are many things in an generative AI currently, and based on your use case also, like you can just use the generative AI, and you will be able to solve the problems in a much more efficient way. Uh, Mainly like in some of the scenarios, what happens like if you are a developer or else if you are in an product manager level things, like you will maybe like let's assume మీరు product ని మేనేజ్ చేస్తుంటారు, like you might have not included all the steps in your product management sheet. Like you will be having a sheet where you will be having an time logs and all. You can ask the you can ask this generative AI to cross check, and if anything is been missing, like it can automatically add into your slides. So and even this is one of the scenario, and along with that, like if you are a developer, you might have written some code, but ఆ కోడ్ లైక్ అన్ని సినారియోస్కి మ్యాచ్ అవుతుందా లేదా, లైక్ అన్లెస్ until it goes for a testing, like you will be not having an any idea. So like you can use this generative AI itself, like you have some of the applications like cursor undi, that is works as a code agent that helps to generate a code for you, or else do the testing on the code that you built. So there are many more applications on the day-to-day activities. If I keep on discussing, like I will keep on saying like number of examples. Uh, so that's in terms of an applications that you can build from a generative AI and how to use it as well. And what are the benefits of the generative AI that we will be doing? So mainly like the efficiency and the speed gets increased. So like as it will be a supportive assistance for us, uh, and like mainly one of the scenarios is said for the product management kada. So like it's increasing your efficiency, and like something that you left out, it's also trying to cover that point as well. And along with that, like it's just like you need to give a prompt in a right way, and it will be able to like generate a content for you in a much more faster manner. Like instead of like let's assume like ఒక పీపీటీ తయారు చేసేకి like you will be taking around 30 minutes or 40 minutes of a time. But if you give the prompt properly, and if you give the information properly, like which దీన్ని నేను రెఫరెన్స్గా తీసుకోవాలని చూస్తే, లైక్ అట్ దట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ ఇఫ్ యూ గివ్ ద ప్రాంప్ట్ properly and give the references properly for the LLM, like it will be able to make the PPT slides for me in an 5 to 10 minutes. Like basically, like why that 5 to 10 minutes is like it will even parse the information from the external sources, like వేరే ఆన్లైన్ సోర్సెస్ ని కను లైక్ డేటాని పుల్ చేసి, like it will give you the comprehensive results. So that's one of the benefits that you will be getting. And another thing is in terms of an cost reduction. So the cost reduction, like one of the example, as I said, the testing department or else the testers department, like developers, like వాళ్ళు ఏదో కోడ్ రాసుంటారు, but whether it is correct or not, like unless until we get a test report, like we will be not having a clear idea. But ఇప్పుడున్న జనరేటివ్ ఏఐ వరల్డ్లో, లైక్ ఇప్పుడున్న ఏఐ వరల్డ్లో, లైక్ యూ విల్ బీ ఏబుల్ టు హ్యావ్ యువర్ వర్చువల్ టెస్టర్స్. సో ఈ వర్చువల్ టెస్టర్స్ ఏం చేస్తా, ఇది ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుందంటే, యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ యూ గివ్ యువర్ కోడ్, it will and give your requirement what you are expecting from that code. Maybe like at a manager level, like he know what exactly he is expecting from that specific code that you written any. So he will give that description, and he will instead of he doing the code review, like he will pass that code to that specific AI application. So it will do all the testing work, and it will generate a report for him, and it will do all the code review, and what is an coding standards that they have followed. Everything this AI will be able to generate it. And by the way, and that's the way, like it's gonna reduce the time as well as reduce the cost as well. So like mainly, like in terms of this 2025, right, like the generative AI is something that I think most of them need to have, because like you might have looked in terms of the layoffs that happened in an TCS or else Lida, like the different layoffs that are happening currently, like mainly like recently TCS అయింది కదా. So even that's the reason, like if it's more like if you don't get upscaled in terms of in any of the field, that's any of the things that are booming currently, at that point of time, like it's gonna replace, maybe like it's not I cannot say it's not entirely gonna replace, but it will be like something have an impact, మనకి impact ఉంటుంది. If we do not learn whatever the current technologies that are emerging uh, in 2025. So like mainly, like companies are looking in terms of an cost reduction, and like they will look in terms of a huge man source where it is going on. Ekkada, like we are spending a lot of money, and at that point of time, if they feel like okay, this people like has been paid, but this can be replaced by the generative AI, ante. So like they will use this generative AI, and then they will like just try to replace the people with an AI. Like that's what, like if you don't get an upscale, then in the terms of a cost reduction and a loop low, like there will be a chance of getting fired. So dan kosumu, like or else laid off. So dan kosumu, like oh, we need to get upgraded, and that's and as this generative AI is one of the thing that helps to reduce the cost. So like most of the companies looks into. So in terms of an company wise, it is a cost reduction, but in terms of an employee wise, like it's like we need to have some mandatory like upskilled things. So or else we need to stand out from an crowd. So at that point of time only, like we will be able to say like no, it's like we're gonna worth it more than what you gonna get as an automated tool. So like this is common, like this is not only happening in an AI, like this can happen in an any field, like mainly in terms of you are in a development or whether you are in a project manager side, like mainly in terms of an IT fields. So this is common, like unless until you get an upscaled of like the jobs will be like not in a safer side, I can say. So that is in terms of an cost reduction, how it gonna help, how it will be helping to the company side. And same way, like for an employer side as well, like for the employer side as well, it will be much more important to learn the things so that we can stand out from the crowd. And the next thing is the personalization. Like as I said, a generative AI energy, like you have when the GPT models that are being trained in an much more wider data sets, like complex data sets. Uh, so like I think in 2021 or 2020, like we got this GPT. At that point of time, they were just trained till 2020 September data, but now as it needed to be like having an advanced features, like they have made it as an more advanced, like even now, like if you can ask any questions, like it's gonna give you like what happened last week. So what they're exactly doing is like they're like based on the prompt that you are giving, they're trying to parse the information and they're trying to pass it for an LLM, and it is giving you as then generative results for us. The same way, like what you can do, you can have your own LLM that is meant for the specific task. కానీ లైక్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ అండ్ స్పెసిఫిక్ టాస్క్ అవ్వచ్చు, లేదా మీ దగ్గర డాక్యుమెంట్ అవ్వచ్చు, లేదా ఏదో ఒక మీ దగ్గర లెట్స్ అజ్యూమ్ లైక్ యు ఆర్ ఎ లాయర్ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ like in 300 books అంటే like you can have your own LLM that tells to like as soon as you have some question or as soon as you give some scenario, it will give you the results for you. It will give you what exactly which law you need to use and how to use it. So uh, at that point of time, like it's like a customized one for you, a customized LLM for you. So that is what the personalization that you will be getting from the generative AI. And next, what are the challenges and what are the things that we need to consider when we are building a generative AI? Mainly is the ethical concerns. Let's assume like Miroka lawyer and you need to have your own lawyer chatbot అనుకోండి, like లేదా ఒక ఎల్ఎల్ఎం అప్లికేషన్ మీద సపరేట్గా ఉండాలంటే యూ నీడ్ టు ఫాలో ఫ్యూ ఆఫ్ ద ఎథిక్స్, లైక్ యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ టు గివ్ సమ్ పర్సన్స్ నేమ్, ఈ సో అండ్ సో పర్సన్స్ నేమ్ తీసుకొని లైక్ వాళ్ళ కేస్కి లైక్ ఇలా అయ్యింది లైక్ అని మెన్షన్ చేయకండి. సో సంథింగ్ అదేమవుతుందంటే లైక్ వెన్ యూర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ దిస్ ఎల్ఎల్ఎం అప్లికేషన్ ఫర్ ఎనీ అదర్ పర్సన్స్, there is chance that the person name would be revealed kada. Same way, like if you are uploading any of the images, like it needed to be make sure like it is like safeguarded. Like you might have used many of the AI applications mainly in terms of applying a filters or else converting into an Ghibli style. So whatever the images that you are uploading to the servers, kada, like it need to be make sure like it is not been seen by any others, and it is not having there will be like no data leakage. So, and along with that, like it must not give you something like a misinformation, like the deep fakes, mainly in terms of photo morphings. అవన్నీ like it must not happen all of these scenarios. So ఇలాంటివి ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయంటే like you need to restrict your LLM like not to generate a result for that prompts. Let's assume like I need to do something like a face morphing on some of the person means like it need to, the LLM must be like having some of the safety techniques, like it must not do the deep faking unless until like it has been confirmed by the users, or else something like video confirmation or else an audio confirmation or image confirmation అయ్యేదాకాను, like you must not do the deep fakes on that images. That is one of the best example I can say. And along with that, the quality control, like మీరు జనరేట్ చేసే కంటెంట్ ఏముంటుంది కదా, లైక్ ఇట్ మిడ్ బి లైక్ క్విక్గా ఉండొచ్చు. For the quick purpose, like what happens like you will generate an content very quickly, uh, but a quick time లో మీరు జనరేట్ చేసే టైంలో like it must make sure it is like not it is not having some vulgar words, or else like it is not having something like a content that can be offensive for some of the people, or else like it must not be something like having some curse words, like ఇలాంటివన్నీ ఉండకూడదు. So like you need to make sure whatever the response that you are getting, it must be in a something like a polite way, and as well as like it must be in something like an it must speak out like in something like a well-behaved person. So that's what the quality control that you need to manually look actually. Sometimes like you can do that by providing through the system prompt and your concept on the akanika, like if you just give the proper prompt and ask to behave like and ask the LLM to behave in a such a way, like you can give the behavior parameter by using this system prompt అని చెప్పాను కదా. So you can use that and you can just make sure like it is not returning some unnecessary contents and unnecessary offensive words. So that is a quality control, and along with that, the biasness. Let's assume like you are asking some political questions or else you are asking something related to um, any of the things like one of the thing the cricket, like maybe like you may be a Kohli fan or else someone may be a Dhoni fan, like it must not be biased towards the Kohli fans or else it must not be biased towards the Dhoni fans, like it must be like something like it must not have any biasness towards, and same thing goes for the political parties as well. It must not be biased towards any of the political parties, but it need to give the response uh, in an unbiased way. That's much more important in terms of the generative way, and you need to tackle it in an efficient way. uh just a second, guys. Okay. So, so far, any questions?
No.
Cool.
Hello?
So, like,
Hello?
questions? Yeah.
Able to hear my voice?
Hi, Dhanush. I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
ధనుష్ మెయిన్లీ ఇది ఫోకస్ ఏఐ ఫోకస్ చేసేది అంటే ఏ సెక్టార్ లో ఎక్కువ ఫోకస్ చేస్తున్నారు రియల్ టైమ్ లో?
like real time లో like it's not like it's specific ఒక సెక్టర్ లో మాత్రమే ఫోకస్, లైక్ many use cases ఉన్నాయి. I don't know, like is it Madhu?
ఎస్ ఎస్ మధు.
Okay. Yeah, like the sectors will differ from like there are many sectors that are using the generative AI Madhu garu. Yeah. So it's not like ఒక sector లోనే like we will be focusing in terms of. So basically ఏమవుతుందంటే like based on your use case scenario, based on your work, like if you feel like okay, the generative AI will reduce the cost or else like make my work much more faster, at that point of time you can use this generative AI.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు
It's not like focused to any segment.
ఎజెంట్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక వర్కింగ్ ఎంప్లాయీని. సో నేను
Mm.
ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ లో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను. సో ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఎలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది అనేది అసలు జీరో నాకు. అంటే ఏఐ రిప్లేస్ చేస్తుందనుకోవచ్చు. బట్ ఎలా దీని అవుట్‌పుట్ అనేది ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ వైపు గాని, లైనక్స్ వైపు గాని, సర్వర్ లెవెల్‌లో గాని, నెట్వర్కింగ్ లెవెల్‌లో గాని ఎటువంటి అవుట్‌పుట్ అనేది ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుందనేది మేబీ ప్రాక్టికల్‌గా ఇంతవరకు ఎక్కడ చూడలేదు నేను. సో అది
Yeah, because ఈ నెట్వర్కింగ్ ఆర్ ఎల్స్ లైక్ ఈ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో లైక్ కరెంట్లీ లైక్ ఈ లైక్ ఈ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ కావచ్చు లేదా లైక్ అజోర్ కావచ్చు, దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ దిస్ LLMs actually, like mainly in terms of an agentic AI they are using it. So that gives you the recommendation of which port you need to refer, or else something like ఇప్పుడు let's assume you have multiple dockers that are running and you don't know which. Let's assume like something like a fresher joined into an organization and akkada like you don't know which port to like you need to access for, and what you need to manually look into the logs like the cloud watch and like manually look chesi, then you need to come back and you need to do the configuration. But with the logging mechanism or else what are the things it is happening, a logging mechanism means like you can have your own LLM application that helps to like uh, automatically give you the recommendation or else the suggestions that helps, like you can connect for this specific port, like this application is running, by looking in terms of a log. So that kind of a scenario that you can make, one thing I can think of now.
మీన్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు
Okay.
మీరు చెప్పేదేంటంటే
So,
దీనికి స్పెషల్‌గా అనేది ఒకటి ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారు. సో, దాంట్లోనే లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ మాడ్యూల్స్ అనేటివి దాంట్లో కాన్ఫిగర్ అయ్యి ఉంటుంది. అంతేనా?
Oh,
okay. So is
so
that
it's like a
impacting the
simple.
BPO industry? Okay. Sorry. You can proceed. That's okay.
Sorry.
So I'm asking, is the AI going to impact the BPO industry? It's like fully, right? BPO industry.
No, not fully, but maybe like it can help you, it can assist you uh, in terms of
Okay.
an BPO and all. Like mainly the, I think the call center, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Like you are talking about the call centers, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so they have their own, like I think they have their own custom, like agents that helps to like attend the calls. So akkada kuda like I think automatic call, like automatic query registration or else a ticket raising based on the customer talks, based on the customer complaints. Nika, like I think you will be manually making a tickets or else manually raising a tickets, but now I think they have made it as an automated by using the LLM, and even along with that you have the customer, like custom agents as well, like something like an conversational AI as well. Like without having a person, like the agent will be doing all the work for us, unless until like if it is not been handled by the agent, then it will be revoked to the like actual person. So before revoking it to the actual person, redirecting it to the actual person, you will be having an hey agent first. So that will be doing the conversation, and then it will be, if not handled, then only it will be going for the direction. It will be redirected to the actual customer care person. So even there also you have the generative AI.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you for the information.
Dhanush, this is Naresh. Just I have a quick question. So, what is the
Yeah.
main purpose of generative AI?
Sorry, Naresh. Your voice got broken.
Can you able to hear me now?
Yeah.
So, what is the main purpose of generative AI?
So the main purpose of the generative AI is to like in terms of by looking in terms of an any of the information that you are providing, and it tries to give you something like an desirable actions or else an desirable summary for the data that you will be providing based on the prompt that you are asking.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I got your answer. Just it's not actual my question. Just before I ask my question, just I need to clarify few things.
Mhm.
Uh, generative AI challenges and limitations. Could you please explain those?
Challenges and limitations.
Yep.
The slide that you are looking in terms of, right? So
So in this
the
training, Dhanush,
yeah.
this is Upender. In this training, what are you going to cover in terms of
So,
web
sorry.
development?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody is asking some question. I didn't get the answer from Dhanush.
Yeah.
So, what is
So
the
you were
major
asking,
challenges and limitations on generative AI?
so in terms of whether you were asking in terms of an like theoretical or else and mainly in terms of a practical way. Can I know that as well?
Okay, but how can we integrate generative AI in our regular IT industry? There are a
Well,
lot of limitations,
so
right? Just assume we are trying to build an application. Okay, so just I
mhm,
need to implement the code for one module,
mhm,
right? Yes, I gave the
mhm,
instructions to the generative AI, and it will build the
mhm.
code,
Yep,
right? So, but
yep,
it's not an so end of the day, we need to do a lot of changes in that code, right? So the
yes.
generative AI is not aware which kind of architecture we are using and what is the pattern we are using. So these all details are not aware, right? How that can be accommodated with this generative AI?
Well, I think as you said, like yes, if the architecture is not available, like it will just provide you the modular coding that
Hmm.
is required. But the only thing is like maybe currently like you have a set of an cursors that helps to like even understand if you provide an architecture, like it will try to understand the things, or else like maybe like you might have heard about the Kiro or else a Cursor AI or else like Amazon Q. So these are the agents actually that helps to like build your code. It generates your code, it will test your code. But the thing is unless until like if you give your objective clearly, like the input and an output that is required clearly, like it's gonna reframe your code base until it achieves your objective. But unless until like if it is not having an access towards your the main framework or else the main architecture level, it will
Hmm.
just provide you in a form of a modular code itself. And then that's the part, as I said, like it will not be like the generative AI will not replace, but it will help us in form of an efficiency as well as in speeding, like the speed time. It will increase the speed of building the code or something like that. If you have and that's what the supremacy that you will be getting, right? Like you will be having an idea in terms of an architecture and what exactly happening. If you have a separate agent that helps to understand what exactly the architecture that you have, that is a supervised or else then the master agent that helps to understand all the things regarding your architecture or else like regarding your objective, what you are solving in, and ultimately at that point of time that will take over the things, and that will be able to take up the decisions whatever the code generated by this code agent is working properly or not. But
Right.
if that agent is not available, at that point of time you will be the master and you will be having an control over the code that has been generated. And instead of you manually fixing it, now this agents only like help you to reframe your code unless until like it will do all its testing and all its development work properly, and then it will provide you the ultimate code and it will generate a document of your code.
Right. So end of the day, the manual intervention is 100% required, and it will. I mean, when we try to consume this generative AI, so we can save a lot of time. That is what the context. I mean,
Yes,
conclusion, right?
yes, yes.
Right. So, but how can we integrate this generative AI in infrastructure layer?
uh, Yeah, that can be also done actually. Like in terms of an maybe the recommendation of which infrastructure that you need to use. Like maybe you guys are in terms of an decision in terms of an discussions related to uh, which cloud platform you need to use, or which are the services that you need to use. Whether you need to go with an VM or else an Lambda functions. So you will get some of the specialized, you will get some of the specializations related to that specific things, and you will onboard few of the people who are having an idea related to the cloud and reducing of the cost of the cloud. But like you will be involving lot of people to take up a single decision, but by using a generative AI, like it will assist you directly and you will be able to take the call. It will be able to understand in terms of an infrastructure, and even it will be able to give you what architecture that you need to follow, and architecture that you need to follow by giving in terms of and what is your requirement. So it will be able to automatically give you few of the recommendations and few of the options that you are having, and based on instead of involving 20 members, you can just involve 5 members and you can take up the decision. um, and even like you have a drag and drops as well currently.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay. So I am working on microservices and Java. Okay, Spring Boot
okay.
application. How we can write generative AI in that application?
At
Is
that
there
point of
any
time, like
tool?
currently, no, there is one tool called as an N8N that helps to like do the drag and drop operations. But for this course, like we are mostly sticking in terms of in Python, because that will give you an option to build your own custom agents or else custom LLM applications, and it would be like easier for us as well to do the deployment work, and it will give us an end-to-end exposure. So like currently, like I don't see any much frameworks in Java that helps to mainly for this generative AI process. So like I think we will be like using Python.
Okay, so everyone should learn the Python, right? To
Yeah, like
learn.
the basic Python course is also like covered inside the course only. Uh, so it will be like having the core Python things that is required for building an LLM application. And if you are already in an coding say a domain like if you are already using a Java, I don't think Python would be a bit tough for you.
Yeah, that is okay. But so, is there any tools without changing and without writing any code in Python? Is it possible to use any Java or .NET or any technology? Is it possible?
Uh, no, currently like instead of that, like you can use the Node coding actually, Node.js coding. Like something like a JavaScript based coding,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
I think
Mm.
there are few frameworks that support the Node.js, uh, mainly the LangChain. Like this thing, this tool, like you will be able to use if you are not okay to like go ahead with the Python.
Okay, so you are telling that instead of Python, you can use the AngularJS, right?
Yes, yes, Node.js,
Okay,
yes.
what about React.js? Can we use React.js?
No, I think because in Node.js also like it is more like an they are providing you all the packages that is required.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to install that packages and then you need to like use the normal Node.js concepts itself and then you need to use it. So if you have
Oh,
the node, I think if something is running in a node, I think that can be easily integrated to the React or else an Angular.
okay, okay, thank you.
That's
Yeah,
a separate
so
integration now.
yeah,
Yeah.
so now, yeah, so now IT industry facing some cyber attack and all, right? So how AI is safe? Okay, now all the teams are using Copilot or some other tools, right? So they can store our information, right? So how it is secure?
So that's what the data governance that we are that's we gonna learn actually because the thing is like if you like mainly like if you are using something like an open source libraries something like a GPT or else a Gemini at
Mm-hmm.
that point of time like there is a chance that the data may get leaked, so that's the reason many of the companies are blocking these AI sites.
Mm-hmm.
uh, in many of the organizations they are not allowing the developers or else and any of the fields to not use the GPT quickly unless until
Mm-hmm.
like if it is mandatory only like they are using it and they are not recommending any of the employees to upload their data
Mm-hmm.
to the GPT to get any of the insights. Instead of that, they are bringing their own workspace AI, or else they are
Mm-hmm.
bringing their own they are bringing their own LLMs. Maybe like by using a Gemini itself, but like it's on in
Mm-hmm.
customized that will be running in an their local servers, not in an Google server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for that purpose like at that point of time the data whatever you will be uploading it will be in a local server itself and there will be a less chance of data leakage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So one
Yeah.
more last question. Yeah. So I am using Google Cloud in my application. So I want to use Gemini Cloud. Okay. AI. So are you covering that Gemini AI tool in your
Yes,
training?
yes, yes. We will be
Okay.
coming. We will be covering Gemini and Grok and GPT, and along with that, few of the Hugging Face and Olama models.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. The career in terms of a generative AI that I needed to discover, mainly as I said, like it is coming from the machine learning, deep learning, and the transformers, and then generative AI. Like you have an many more opportunities, mainly in terms of an AI research scientist and an machine learning engineer, data scientist. Even nowadays, data scientists are also asked for doing the LLM works, and even the AI product manager. Even he is like an AI-based product manager that helps to like mainly focus in terms of in how to build an AI applications, and uh, even the consultant is also having a good scope. Apart this, like even you have something like an LLM engineer and NLP engineer and computer vision engineer. Like there are many segments that are mainly focused in terms of an mainly when you are dealing with the data, right? Something like a data analyst, even they are also like started using the generative AI in their work. But this are the this five are mainly focused in terms of along with this, even the LLM engineer as well, this like mainly focused in terms of an integration and building the models, or else like fine tuning the models. The AI research scientist like is responsible to develop a new algorithms. That new algorithms is something like whatever the algorithm that you have, right? You need to fine tune it. Sometimes what happens, you will be having a model that is of a 20 GB, right? Like then you need to reduce that module size. You cannot directly use the 20 GB of the space, or sometimes even 200 GB. This kind of a news models, like you cannot use it, you need to fine tune it, you need to reduce the size. All these things comes up. So at that point of time, this AI research scientist would be much more helpful. And sometimes they will be asking for an PhD, and sometimes they will not ask for a PhD in a research. But this one like will be having a good amount, like something like you will be getting easily like an 25 to 30 lakhs package, as it's like an more in terms of an research scientist you will be dealing with. You if you are something like a beginner also, like you will be easily getting something like an 20, and you based on your experience it will reach to 25 to 30 lakhs per annum package, when you're mainly focusing in terms of an AI research scientist. And another one is a machine learning engineer. He will be more focused in terms of a machine learning projects, and mainly in terms of an implementation and in deployment. It will be mainly focused in terms of in designing, deployment, and implementation and the deployment of the algorithms and features. It's like you will be having in a machine learning means, like in a machine learning, or else in a generative AI as well. Like you will be having something called as a local database, or else a local models. You need to have an idea how to handle this and how to deploy this, how to implement an architecture around this. So for that purpose, like you will be having a machine learning engineer, and you will be getting like it's beginners, and it's a beginner profile actually. Like you will be easily getting like an 8 to 15 LPA in market, based on an experience that you will be getting. Like you will be getting a bit more in terms of an ML engineer. Whereas in a data scientist, his work is something like you need to look in terms of an multiple data segments, do the analysis and interpret the data, and you need to generate a reports. And if you are like using an generative AI, like you need to build some agents, and you need to fine tune it. Even here also you will be doing most of the fine tuning work itself, based on a task specific. And you will be easily getting like an 15 to like 2025 also, like you will be getting based on independency, and based on the experience that you will be having. uh, so apart that, like the AI product manager, like he oversees all the development of the AI product. Nowadays, as I said, right, like the companies are looking like to have their own chatbot, or to have their own AI agent. Like if someone who is more focused in terms of a manager role, like you guys can opt this, and it is having a good pay as well. And mainly like this will be like a bridge between a technical and a business requirement, as just like an normal manages work. But the thing is, like you will be having an idea related to which tool to use, and what all the, like you will be like something like having a much more knowledge related to what all the tools that you need to use, and how the prompt need to be behaved. And you will be even in a position to advise the technical stack as well to use so and so tools, so that you can reduce the cost a bit more. So that's the reason, like this will be having a good scope. It's like a normal manager level work itself, but the thing is, like you will be having an idea in terms of and how the AI works, and along with that what all the tools available in a market, and how much they cost. So all of this will come into a place for this specific role. And you will be like getting more than like is more than 20. And the whatever the maximum cap that I've kept, it's less, it's just to like give you a range. But based on the things that you will be like easily able to get more than 20 to 30 easily, like. And sometimes even like based on the profile and the experience that you are having, and mainly like if you have already built some AI products, At that point of time you will be getting bit more, but at a beginner stage easily you will be able to get it from 2025. The salary, the package will start from 2025 for the AI product manager. And this consultant is something like, mainly when you are building some AI applications, like this persons will look in terms of whether we have followed all the ethics or not, whether there is any data leakage or not, whether there is like any unnecessary prompts. Like you will be like, it's more like a testers, I can say. uh, you will be trying to like exploit that LLM that the team has built, and check whether they are maintaining the standards or not. And like even like you will be consulting whether, if it is not working as expected, you will be consulting them as well, like this is the prompt that I gave, like it is giving me so and so response. So this would be something like a freelancer work that you can do. But even few of the companies are also having a job profile for this consultant work as well, the ethics consultant. So they will be getting like an the basic pay would be something like an 8 to 10 lakhs per annum. But based on your experience it may increase further, but the base pay would be something like an 8 to 10. But when you look in terms of a product manager or a data science and an AI research scientist, the base pays would be like a bit more. I can say for research scientist and a product manager the base pay would be like more. And then it comes for a data scientist and like the consultant work, and then the machine learning engineer. The machine learning engineer, like he will not, if you are not much okay in terms of the LLM applications or building an agents, then the machine learning engineer also like you can easily opt for. So those are the things. And apart that, even you have the LLM engineer as well. Even their base pay like easily will be starting from 10 to 12. So what they do is like they try to optimize the LLM applications, and along with that they try to find they're trying to do something like a proper prompt engineering on that specific LLM that you built. And along with that, like maintaining the vector databases and maintaining the LLM assets, all these things will be handled by this LLM engineer person. So even they will be like getting something like 10 to 12 as a base, and it can go up to 25 based on the experience that you will be having. So that is in terms of a job opportunity. And that's what like mainly in terms of an salary expectations that I said, right? Like the basic pay that you will be getting is from uh, easily like it will be something from an 8 to 12. And based on your experience, like it can easily reach up to like 35 to 40. So that is
Anish,
what
we got that. And rather than the salary range, could you please tell us what need to be more focused in each sector wise? Like in a machine learning engineer and all, I understand most machine learning depths and more LLMs that we have to concentrate and all. So in the product manager level, like what core skills were expected and expertise technical skills required?
Well, I got your point. Mainly in terms of an AI product manager or else a research scientist, right? Um, like one of the example is like mainly in terms of uh, like looking in terms of an cost optimization, like the mainly the product manager level, right? You need to have an idea in terms of, let's assume for database itself you have multiple vector database providers. Okay, something like an pinecone or else an chromadb and quartz. There are many. You need to have an idea related to how there will be how these things will be working, and along with that, like you need to have an idea related to which what is the costing as well. You will be mainly focusing in terms of an costing, and you will be mainly focused in terms of an architecture level here. In a product manager level, like you will be mainly focused in terms of an architecturing and tool usage, or else mainly like doing an workflows, uh, uh, mainly in terms of an building an hierarchical or else something like an architectural level, like you will be focusing in a product manager. And in a research scientist, like you will be like morely looking in terms of an fine tuning. Like here comes the main part, like something like an fine tuning or else an building up of the new algorithms. For research segment, like you will be doing building up of the new things. But in apart all this, like apart all the data scientist and a machine learning engineer, you will be mainly focused in terms of an integration. So whatever the workflow that you will be getting from here, you will do the integration by using these profiles. And apart that, like if you need to like have your own custom, like based on the integrations and based on the tools that both of them got explored, like if they are not having any option, they need to have an option. They are left out with only to build a new LLM agent or else a new LLM application or else new algorithm, then the research team would be working more on that. So this is one simple example that I can think of now. But if you need bit more, means like I can explain you like in a tomorrow session.